Happy Saturday. You've Doble here. Hope you're doing well. Northern Briar's Regal. And into some G&H Dark Vintage. I made the stupid mistake of ordering 4 ounces and realized I had another jar of it here. Way in the back. Today on my to-do list, I had an application submission in draft that I had started on the 16th, and I pecked away at it. Now, it was one of these things, right, that required me to fill in all this stuff and attach a CV. Now, all the stuff they wanted me to put in the online form was already in the CV. So, it was duplicative and this is repetitive exercise. Um, but I said, whatever. Then there was other stuff. Well, tell us about your aspirations, right? All this hug and backside rub kind of stuff that I'm just, I'm not into. Um, what I didn't know was that I guess there was an expiration date on submissions because I kid you not, one of the things out of my to do list was all right, get this thing on a draft, wrap it up, and submit it. I go to submit it, yeah, it doesn't right. The job is no longer exists. All right, so they yanked it out from under me. That was stupid. I was so angry. So I spent much of the day doing it because I had to upload proof of well, what certifications you get. So I had to upload those. Now, mind you, I'm applying within the company. They could look that stuff up, or at least say, well, link me to where all your certifications are listed, right? For any that are outside, right, with other vendors, maybe attach those. That'd be a shorter exercise, but no. So I wasted all that time, didn't get to the gym today, and then there's no gig. So I did reach out to recruiting just to have them tell me, all right, so there was a clock on it and it's done, right? I just want them to tell me so I don't waste any more time, right? Kicking up dust. Because I do have my moments where I can be a bit of a jerk. So that's that. Uh, that's the feature for tonight. I had it on earlier, but it's funny. The alarm had got me up, and I then had like some update that I had to do here and do a couple of restarts. So then I just stretched out again. And let me tell you, I was maybe 10 minutes into this film and was just like in and out. Then next thing you know, it was over. So I'll be able to watch it this evening. Um, Neighbor rang the bell a little bit ago. Hey, saw something, a package. I wasn't expecting anything. Um, so I said, well, I'd like to have my trips to the mailbox be kind of multi-purpose. So either I'm coming in and I stop by there, or if I'm going down, I like to be taking recyclables as well. Get two or three for the price of one visit. So I took recyclables down and looked in there. Lo and behold, there's some in there. Now I got something in the mail. I presumably it was intended to be a gift, and it's some kind of device that is supposed to be like it's supposed to be some kind of alternative to our favorite caffeinated beverage. I have to look it up online to find out more about it. Um, I don't know. That's someone trying to weed me off. That's going to be tough, right? Black Rifle, Iron Bean, Death Wish, Zabars, like some of my favorite coffees, dark roasts. Even like Wicked Joe Italian, Wicked Joe French. Um, Kicking Horse, I think it was Bear Claws, another one I like. Intelligentsia, also when I can get it, right? Something dark. I've just felt underwhelmed lately by my regular coffees. So I don't know. Maybe this thing is right on time. I don't know. We'll see. I have to figure out how this and the packets and whatnot, and so how that all works together, and we'll see. Um, nothing, nothing planned for the holidays. One thing I haven't done that I used to do years ago was the late Cedar Walton, a I feel a really undervalued, underappreciated jazz pianist. I caught him on a couple of occasions at like the Village Vanguard on like Christmas Day. Sensational, sensational. And I think, if anything, the one thing that blew me away was how many people were out to see a show on Christmas Day. Right? In my adult years, I haven't really celebrated it too much. If I'm, with family, they do that, and when in Rome, right, that whole thing. But if it's just me at home, I don't have a tree, not even a little one that fits on the desk here. I'm really practical, right? Call me impersonal if you like, your choice. But I'm serious. I'd rather pass out gift cards, gift certificates, and let folks get busy and right get what they need rather than ma. Different story. But usually with that, I'll try and find out if there's. I'll get her to talk about something, and then I'll come up with a theme, and then you know. But yeah, I was thinking maybe seeing a show on Christmas Day. I also have a gift card for Ruth's Chris. A friend of mine had given me a few of these cards, a total of three of them, like over the years, for like birthdays and whatnot. I used two of them. This might have been. I tell you, the years fly by so quickly. It might have been 5 years ago now. I made a night of it. I went by myself, got my steak medium rare. Um, they did bring out some kind of complimentary dessert, which I'm not a big desserts person. Um, was it like a flan? No, a rice pudding. It was something like that. And I didn't tell them to send it away, but I took a sample and you know, but it was good. And then I went around the corner. They had a a proper cigar bar, and yeah, I made it. I made a. Well, you know what? That might have been New Year's. I think that might have been New Year's Eve actually, or New Year's Day. New Year's Day. No, I think it was New Year's Day. Yeah, I think it was New Year's Day because yeah, there wasn't a bunch of chaos and pandemonium out there. So um, or was it Christmas? I'm really stuck on that. But yeah, I don't know. I might do something like that. I go out so infrequently now. Um, yeah, I don't know. I may get out, as awkward as that feels. There's a local place here that it's like an Indian restaurant, and it's near this little shishi market I go to. I get wraps and stuff like that when I don't want supermarket goods. And I have to pass that, right? So the market is a few doors down from this corner little Indian restaurant. I kid you not. It seems like they have a band in there all the time. Like they do regular shows there. In fact, I guess they're a host to a lot of local talent because I even see notices on like Facebook. You know. Now there's no big names, but when I'm walking by and you can hear the music, um, I'm like, yeah, they usually jamming in there. And then it's a mature crowd. So it's an Indian restaurant that has a bar, but it's not like a dive bar or anything. It looks like a proper proper joint. You don't need to you don't need to put on a blazer or anything like that. Um, but I would let me just say it's a nice square joint. It looks like from when I'm walking by. So I don't know. Maybe one day I'll pull up in there. I don't know. Um, but for now, I think the Vanguard's probably an easier. I feel more at home there. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this. I may come back and do a part two. We'll see. Stay tuned.